class is in session. This is Professor Ganymede. We got here a VOD review for one of my subscribers. This is Twitchy. We're gonna watch the game and let's break it down, guys. I haven't actually watched this this game beforehand, so we're just gonna start it and see what I see. You think you sucked in this game? It's okay. It's okay. All right. So we got the speed buff. That's what I like to see. Doing good so far. Is he gonna amp? Yeah, that's what I like to see. She died anyway, but that was a good amp. That was a good amp. She died anyway, but that was a good amp. Taking that Hanzo damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So he was just so he died there. Why did he die? Because he wasn't using cover properly. You know, it was a Hanzo. This is an older game, so I think this is an older game. But so there was a Hanzo there, and there's a Junkrat, and he was getting shot by McCree, and all this stuff. And he was just kind of in the middle of nowhere. You want to kind of move tactically from cover to cover. You see this doorway? You move to that doorway, and then move the, you know, whatever cover. You know, you can use this building over here. You know, you can use this little dome here, this little cylinder. And that's a good place to use cover. And then, of course, you want to be aware of your specific threat. So you know there's a Hanzo. That means you want to be hiding. Because Hanzo can one-shot you if he gets a lucky shot, a lucky headshot. So you just do not want to be in his line of sight. Yeah, let's move it. Definitely do not want to be in his line of sight very much. Oh, I like this. He's waiting for his team to respawn. That's what I like to see. You want to have your team together. Your team works way better as a group than they do as individuals. Good job, my friend. Go on, get the speed. There you go. Once it gets back to combat, switch to healing. That's what I like to see. You want to be in healing. Your default position, your default crossfade should be the healing crossfade, and then you use your speed when you need to. And he just kind of got rocked there. So you know, he kind of just ran into that McCree, and McCree killed him without even flashbanging, and that always sucks. What you could have done there is just kind of try to use a cover, and even try to jump on these walls here to be a little bit more evasive. You're a lot harder to hit when you're not on the same plane as the person that's shooting at you. Like when they have to look up and all this bullshit, that just naturally throws off people's aim. It's much easier to hit someone who's on the same level as you. So being elevated, even just a foot up in the air, makes you a harder target to kill. There you go, waiting for his team. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see.
Group up with me.
Oh, turn it up.
There you go. Then taxi tactic. Coined tactic. Taxi tactic. There you go. Healing them. Getting those people in this healing. I think I thought someone was hurt. That was a decent amp. There you go. Hiding. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Back up. Aim for headshots. Oh, that McCree. Blue is low. So when McCree is all ulting and stuff, he's so still that you can reliably get 4 headshots in his face because he's so slow when he does that. So get those headshots. He backed off to break out a line of sight. That was really good. That's what I like to see. Go back for his team.
Let's get you healed up.
This guy, he's got the strategy down. He's got the pro strats down.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, let's break it.
Okay. So he uses ultimate, gotta go in, gotta rush on the point. One thing when we're using your ultimate is you want to ult someone specific. If you're going to be doing an aggressive push, you want to ult someone specific. Like, you want to have someone specific in mind. You're like, I'm going to ult. You know, he kind of needed to ult there because it was kind of a desperate situation where he wanted to push his team to get on the point. He did save his Tracer, though, so that it ended up being a really good ult. But typically, you want to ult someone specific. And then he got caught in the Junkrat trap. So to avoid that, that involves being aware of who's on the enemy team. And also being elevated. So if he was on the walls instead of being on the ground, he wouldn't have fell in that Junkrat trap. And then being aware that the enemy team has a Junkrat will put you in your mind like, okay, hey, they have a Junkrat. I should probably be looking out for the Junkrat trap. And then you will have more easy time spotting the thing that's going to kill you, which is that trap. So you see the Pharah. The thing about Pharah ulting is when she ults, she's usually very vulnerable because she's just standing still in one place. Even in the air, she's really easy to kill. So that's where a Lucio ult can really make her ult shine, you know, because it nullifies the weakness of Pharah's ult, which is how easy she is to kill. So that's why I like to look, instead of just running in, like, we got to do this push and this ulting, and just to help your team generally survive the fight, I like to combo my ult with a specific character's ultimate. So like when the game starts, I'll look at my team. I'm like, okay, who can I use? Who can I perform a Lucio combo with? McCree is really good. You can ult him while he's using his high noon to nullify his vulnerability. Pharah is good. You know, Genji is good. You know, while he's going in and ulting, you can put a sound barrel on him to help him secure those kills and not die during his ultimate. So those are one of those. So if you're gonna use an aggressive Lucio sound barrier, then it's very beneficial to combo that sound barrier with other people's ultimates.
To the beat. I hope nobody saw that. Raising the volume.
Almost. He almost lost there. Almost lost there. Oh, got the clutch kill on that Pharah. The aim OP. Good aim, good aim. You guys took it back. That was nice. That was muy nice. So no one died there to that Diva ult. But pretty much every time Diva uses her ultimate, that is a time where you need to be in speed buff to help any stragglers get to where they need to go just that little bit faster. It can sometimes be the difference between life and death, and your heal buff does not do anything to help someone survive a Diva ultimate. Yeah, so he kind of rounded the corner, and the entire team was around that corner. He just got wombo comboed. That is just, to avoid that, we just want to have a little bit better awareness. Since your team has taken the point, your eyes should be across the way where the enemy team is going to spawn, so you see their locations. The thing about Lucio is, because of the way he plays, he's kind of both a passive and an active healer, but a lot of the time, a lot of his use comes around just being in the right place at the right time and not necessarily doing damage or doing other distracting things. So he has the time to know exactly where every enemy is located and know exactly where every one of his allies is located. So that was just a case of not knowing where the enemy was. And as Lucio, you should be the one to know that information.
Double kill.
You got a double kill though. Got a double kill though. Someone else, you know, he got some damage on them.
Oh, time to accelerate.
He got some damage on them. You go walk, I take it, walk. Get on that mech.
Raising the volume.
They're taking the objective. Conflict is all
Oh my god, the aim.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
OP. Okay. So the reason he ulted there was to not die to the potential Junkrat bomb. To the Junkrat Riptire. I'm making a video about this. Do not ult in response to Junkrat's Riptire because like there, his ult was completely wasted. There's more effective uses of Lucio's ult than trying to outplay a Junkrat's Riptire. It's too unreliable. There's too much margin of error. Too many things could go wrong. Like Junkrat could just wait out your Lucio ultimate, which is typically what happens. He just waits it out because he doesn't have to, you know, because your Lucio ult drains. Or it'll kill you anyway. I mean, if he waits like 2 seconds, the Junkrat ultimate will kill you anyway. Or he'll just go find another target, you know, a different target, which means you're not really getting that much use out of the Lucio ultimate. Right? And then he ulted to save himself. Pretty much you never want to ult just to save yourself. Unless you're also getting other value out of the ultimate that involves team play with your team. But ulting just to save yourself, probably not. I am on fire.
Let's get him off our objective. That's not right.
Shooting them. Shooting them. Burn them down. So he definitely should have died there when he got into that Junkrat trap. So he's on the ground, which is very dangerous. He's doing damage. Notice how all the kills he gets are like, he's just kind of like finishing people off. Like you can see that when he gets a kill, he doesn't do more than like 30% of a person's health. Those people are gonna die anyway. He really does not need to be doing the damage. The thing about doing damage as Lucio is it takes away, doing damage as Lucio takes away from the potential ultimate game that your other damage dealers could be getting. And if the enemy is going to die regardless of the damage you deal, then you might as well give that kill to your allies to help them charge their ultimate. You know, it's kind of the same concept in League of Legends. I don't know if you've ever played League of Legends. As a support character, you give the kills to the AD carry so they can get the most money, so they can buy the most items. Same concept here. As Lucio, you give the kills to your carries so they can charge their ultimates. Because you have a more efficient way to charge your ult, which they don't, and that's through healing.
That's not right.
Best round.
Don't you think Lucio benefits from being ult through damage? No, he does not. That shit's weak. He fires 4 pellets, which do 16 damage, and each pellet that hits charges his ultimate by 1. Like, other people get so much more value out of doing damage than Lucio does. And he charges ultimate way better by just healing. Here's the thing. I'm going to go on a little rant. Here's the thing about doing damage. It puts you in it oftentimes makes you less safe. Which means if you're trying to do damage throughout the game, you're going to die more. Which means you can balance out whatever ultimate gain you lose by not doing damage by simply being alive more and being around your team more to heal them. Which means you're also feeding your team more ultimate because that's more damage you're not taking away from the person who best gains ultimate charge out of doing damage. So no. The only time you need to be doing damage is to secure a kill. Right? And then if you're doing damage to someone that isn't leading to their death, then you're just giving the enemy team support players more ultimate charge, or those players that heal themselves. So if you're doing damage to a Roadhog or a soldier or a Mei, that you're just feeding them ultimate charge. like for free, like, and you're not getting anything out of it. So no, the only time you should be doing damage as Lucio is to, for one, learn the status of, learn how much health people has, because doing damage to them reveals their health, and securing a kill. One that very wasn't about worthy. Well, that's why we're doing 2 rounds, Hungry. All right, so we got second round of this. Getting the speed buff. Getting the speed buff. Going down, trying to shoot some damages. Shooting some damages. One thing we want to do is we want to aim for headshots if you're going to be aiming at all. There we go. And this guy got smashed. So again, we're kind of out in the middle right here. You see these little corners here? This right here, this right here, this right here. That's what we want to be using. Like, you can do all the, everything you were doing, you could have done while running this next to this corner, which means you could have presented yourself as a target a lot less, and you could have survived, and you could have dropped out of line of sight to heal yourself a lot faster. Let's see. I heard you told someone to unbind that left click for Lucio once. Do you still think there's a good way to get better focusing on healing? Yes. Yes, Hungry. Yes, do that. Play a few games without being able to shoot and see what other things there is to focus on. See what other things you notice. That is a very good way to really increase your awareness and to really focus on all the things you're missing while you're trying to do damage.
Oh, let's group up here.
Roger.
Someone call a doctor.
Someone call a doctor. Get the speed buff going. All right. So we want to not get hit by those fire strikes, because they help charge the enemy Reinhardt's ultimate. I mean, of course, we heal it off, but we don't want to be giving Reinhardt free ultimate charge. I mean, there's 1 or 2 ways Reinhardt gains ultimate charge. That's hitting fire strikes or hitting his melee. Deny him as much ultimate charge as possible, and you can get your ultimate by just healing your team. So you make sure you do not get hit by those.
Converge on me.
So you died there. It's okay. What you want to do is kind of stick with your team. So you kind of just ran in there. I think you were trying, I don't know what exactly you're trying to do. It seems like you wanted to get up on that ledge. Try to focus on your team status. You know, checking your teams, checking where your team is, staying back, staying safe while healing them. It seemed like you wanted to get to a good location. But sometimes just take the simple route. You were safe where you were before you left your team. Twitchy's in chat. He's saying he actually did. I'm streaming right now. He said he actually did want to get to that ledge. If you actually do want to get to that ledge, there's a better way to do that. I'll show you. We'll talk about it.
Double time. And the beat goes on. Heal up.
Official listen.
Almost ready.
Oh boy. Yeah, so again, being on the same plane as someone makes you a lot easier to hit. So that's why bouncing around and being evasive and using your elevation and using Lucio's wall ride ability, that makes you a lot harder to kill. So just keep that in mind. I suggest, you know, heading into some custom maps and just practicing some elevation. You know, just try practicing getting everywhere, to every elevated location on a specific map. Like, for example, go to Hanamura and just practice from the ground getting to every elevated location you think you can probably get to, just to hone those skills. You go walk, I take it walker. There you go. That's what I like to see.
My jam.
Ta.
Let's get patched up.
That ult actually hit you. There you go. Get that healing. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da.
Oh, turn it up.
Experience tranquility. Good kill in that. Good kill in that run hurt. He was way overextended, and you punished him for it. Bam! This seems like a decent ult actually. You got a good amount of people in there. There you go. This is where you want to go start at if you want to get to that ledge. So, because you could jump off of these walls and just kind of bunny hop up to here, and then you could slide up there. So you want to start up this platform right here. Okay, no, thanks for following, man. Oh, good shot. Enco. I said K now. Enco, thanks for following. Or Encoe, however you say your name is.
Up the volume. Push on.
I'm gonna get Soundbear displacing him. Your team wasn't really ready for him though.
Pass into the iris.
Defensive point.
What you can do in the future when you see a Reaper coming in is you can get free headshots on that guy as he comes in if you time it correctly. Now you push your Reaper into your team, and they clearly weren't ready for that. But I don't think that's something you could have really changed because they just weren't paying attention in general. No matter where you push that guy, he was probably going to kill some people, so that's not a big deal.
Strike at one.
So you're here and you're trying to contest the point, which is good. What you want to do, though, is use this center pillar here and just kind of bounce around the center pillar. That makes you a lot harder to kill than when you're just on the ground with people's.
Yeah, let's pick it up. I'm just getting started. Oh, turn it up.
Round two. Nice.
All right, so you lost, but that's okay. That's okay. It was a good learning experience, learning opportunity. So let's go back to my face. All right, so that was Twitchy uploading his gameplay for review. Thank you very much, Twitchy. Hope that helped you guys. If you guys want to have your games reviewed, please drop it in the comments below, your gameplay, and I may get around to it. Thanks for watching. This has been Professor Ganymede. Class dismissed.